Uh, 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 Radio check. Radio check. Alert. Work is in the AO. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Glad you can join us today for another run of the 2026 Asia Pacific Super Cup season in Motorsport Manager. Sorry if you're hearing some weird noise in the background. There's some late work going on in the general area. There's been a lot of drilling happening. Don't know it's because of the new year and all, but there's a lot of hard work going up in the construction department. That's gonna be causing a lot of noise for most of the race, or most of the stream rather. Anywho, we are now back in the tarmac, not exactly having a good time. I'm very confident that we won't be able to place anything at all. So for the time being, we're just going to try and get through the motions of finishing everything in the cup, and then possibly go down and get demoted to the European Racing Series so we can rebuild again, get enough money for that road car factory that we need. So we're just gonna simulate the non-running conditions here. Oh, these numbers suck. Understandable, really. Oh, did they switch out of their mediums? Not good. Please tell me they did not. They switched out of their mediums into softs. I hate it when they do that. I'm going to just skip qualifying as well. Why are they using soft tires? Wow, seriously? Screw it then. If these guys are gonna be idiots in the simulation mode, then we'll just have to manually handle everything. I was expecting them to actually provide decent feedback, but wow, that was absolutely awful. So a bit of an update. We are still stuck at 9th in the constructors championships, and both of our drivers are in the lower half. The drivers championship table. For some reason, we're not at the bottom. I don't know how that's happening, despite the fact that we're pretty much the tail end of the races every single time so far. Too many parts to work on. Not really my kind of thing. Let's do this manually then. These guys can't think for themselves at all. And that's considering the fact that they're already pretty decently marked as far as stats are concerned. Our other main issue here is the fact that Bosu is already going down in stats, which is kind of annoying because he's not that old, but he's already dropping his stats rather rapidly. We can't really be useful in the actual frontline drive. At the end of the season, we will have to send him home, and they'll have Asuncion Arillo take over his spot when he retires. Pretty much the same scores. Her feedback's a bit better though, so there's that. Now set this thing up again. Use mediums because we want them to drive. Some extra driving there. Alright, let's do this. long exit for the Ardennes stage is also going to be a real problem in this one. We're only closing out the first third of the season, which is kind of annoying because we're definitely going to see some more losses across the lane. If things don't go up to stuff, I might just have to play some of these races off stream so that we can go back to the ERS afterwards. We'll have to see if we can actually get something. Here they come on the fly. Longer ratios, so a bit more acceleration for Vosu. Let's just run them through. We've only got 10 minutes left. Have to fix things up as soon as we can get somebody back home. That's Ario Leonetto, who's gonna have to come home early because she's only in qualifying trim. And that's just a lap or two. There she is. She's heading home. Those numbers aren't gonna last. You can see Armo has already got multiple violets. At the very least, our medium tire knowledge is already up. Oof, 4th and 5th, yeah. Understandable, really. We're using mediums after all. Still, though, managing to drive some decent speeds with mediums like these, not exactly good, not exactly bad, rather. Remember, we're using the slowest tires possible so that we'll have better endurance in the actual race. Okay. Bit more understeer. Bit more acceleration then. And turn it into a 3-lap setup. Keep the current tires and send her away. Okay, now Vosu's setup will have to be fixed because he's complaining about acceleration, or rather speed. He needs longer acceleration and longer gear time so he can get his speed up faster. Oh, the Beta's already on top. Armoa dropped to a 1/10 of a second behind her, or him. It's him, yes. Gotta get Vosu out, and rapidly. We've only got 5 minutes and 45 left. Oh crap, I should have sent him home. Right, let's let Vosu finish this one. And then we'll send him in after his out lap. Okay, medium tires are now at level 2. Race trim is at level 1, I think? Or approaching it. Yeah, approaching level 1 race trim. 4.5 minutes left, not exactly that bad. I need Ario Leonet to do some better spots out there, though. Oh, Vosu went up to 9th. Make that 10th, though. But still, that's a pretty decent jump from the last run. And so did Ario Leonet, who's now in 14th thanks to some of the fixes we did. Still needs to work out some fixing for Vosu, though, as we've only got 3 minutes left in practice. Ooh, that's not good. Worse speed balance, huh? Let's bring her in then, alongside Vosu. Only 2.5 minutes left. We might not have any time to finish things. Oh, his handling's great. But he still needs a bit more top speed boosting. Probably a bit more downforce. There's a lot of turning there, so I think make it 12. 2 minutes 20 left. Can we get both of them out for one more stint? Is the question. Speed balance went from good to poor. A bit more top speed. That should be enough for now. Do it one more lap and keep the tire. Come on, boss. So we got 2 minutes left. Let's see if they'll actually see some improvement here. Bit of a flip around. Back in the day, it would be Vosu is already a high setup knowledge by now and not the number 2 driver. But with Vosu's skills plummeting as he ages, his growth, his expense is significantly reduced. Alright, medium tires are now at level 3 performance, which means we'll have some better reliability in the actual race. 30 seconds, Vosu can still get out there. Adio Deonet probably has some time for an outlap escape. There we go. Oh, crap. The downforce is a little too much. Damn it, we'll have to bring the downforce back down, I suppose. Let's just finish this lap. See how that goes. Also use up to high setup knowledge as well. Adio Leonard almost got to higher than great. We got qualifying trim level 2, that should be useful. And as the final results show, we have Ario at 10th and Vosu at 13th. Not a bad performance, but it's much better than the simulated one we tried to run earlier. Niks Alkmack DC Somi. Oof. This doesn't look like a 42-year watcher of car racing to me. On the other side of the aisle, we got a motor racing magazine writer saying that MacDC Somi is actually doing pretty decently. Our MOBA is once again on top. Bebeo's at 3rd. Let's see how it goes. It's sunny on qualifying. That's good. The real problem is whether or not it'll affect our rainies, or rather our racing. Very high chance that it'll be... Oh, can't use just... screw it. Can't really use anything else for qualifying. It's super soft after all. Dang! So it has to be less aerodynamics? Yeah. And... there goes the noise again. Oh, crap. Could have gone with this instead. Just need to remember how much that first year is. It's the downforce that needs to work. Less downforce. Nice. Okay, this should be it. Let's go with 1 super. Let's hope he doesn't change anything with that. Okay, everything seems to be okay with Perez right now. Let's see if it will continue. Let's... Oh! I was gonna go for Sims again. Oh, whatever. We're too late now. The pit lane. Running on a straight, so it has to be... yeah, okay. That should do it. Oh, tire's a little too low for Perez. Damn it. I really cannot get the brakes to do well even with these settings. I keep reading people who could actually balance the tire wear, or rather the tire heating and the brake heating, even with the worst parts imaginable, but I just cannot get the rhythm on this thing. Like, how do you even handle this? Oh, whoops, did I press something wrong? I did. Not looking too hot on that flying lap. I don't believe that's gonna last. I can see Armor is violet already. Yep. A lot of better numbers on the enemy's side. Get these guys home, shall we? Oh, Vosu managed. Never mind. Vosu managed to hold on for a bit longer, but he's now dropping rapidly in the group standings. Have to do that again. Alright, his stats are much better now, though, which I think would be nice. They're both yellows. Oh, right, because it's second lap. Come on, get us up to speed. Dang it! What do you mean they're cold? Just one under the needle. This is going to suck so bad. The ERS is going, no, yeah, the ERS is going to be a major issue for us. Do we? No, I don't think we'll have another run at this. It's 2 minutes. Ugh. Perez just jumped up 13. Vosu is still stuck at 12th. Wonder if we still have time for one more run, though. It's only a minute left. Nah, I don't think we can run this one another time. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Dang it! Session's over. Both of our drivers are done. Stuck in 13th and 14th. Armo on top for Boa Esperanza. This is a bit of a change in qualifying, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna get thrown out anyways, even with that number. Get the bonuses. Yep, not bad today, but we're definitely hoping to get a better response. Political deadlocks? Dang, dude! Shade throwing much? Okay, this is bad news. It's cloudy. Very good chance that will turn into a rainy situation. Could help us get some points up, if at all. But we'll have to be very sure that we can actually take advantage of that, which I'm very doubtful of. setup's great. We're currently good. I could probably go for high engine mode for the time being, even though our parts aren't really up to snuff. Let's drive on slowest setup. I said medium! Why are they in soft? Ah! This is my only soft tires. Screw this then. Let's run for a couple laps and go for mediums as soon as we can Oops, somebody ran wide. That's Ribeiro. So much for getting a higher rank up on his qualifying. He's now in 20th. Perez is jumping really well so far, but this is only the opening. Vosu is now down at 12th, might go to 13th as Amachi is getting ahead of him rather. Perez sneaking one, snatching 9th on the S-curve, stealing Santori's position. Tires might need to be heated up soon, but they're still pretty much in a good spot temperature-wise. Tire wear, not too much, as we start lap 2. Bosu is on 2nd. Or rather, Bosu is currently fastest lap. Tires are now down to 93 and 91 respectively. Perez still higher in positions at 9th. Doing fairly well so far, but not exactly having a good time of it, especially with the ERS issues. She's now down at 10th as Amachi gets ahead of her ERS-wise. Ooh, everybody's rushing with the ERS. Now, both of our drivers are way down. Perez down at 14th, Vosu at 17th. I'm really not a fan of the ERS thing. I wonder if I can vote this out, because this is annoying. Why do I have to worry about energy power or extra power when I'm already worried about temperature? So we can push them up a bit. It's a 24-lap race, so if we can probably keep the tires for at least a longer run, we can just stay until lap 10 and then go for mediums the moment we go for a pit change. Ooh, Perez going for it. Too bad the other guys have ERS on. I don't know how the extra ERS mode goes, really. There's like a backup ERS mode that lets the drivers... what do you call it? Lets the drivers use the ERS as backup power when the fuel is kind of low. Oof. Perez is still stuck behind Esteban right now at 14th. Up front, Delenquist is leading the... rather, Delenquist is at 8th. All the drivers on top are currently in super softs as well, with Zardo now ahead of Ribeiro, who's now in 17th. Tunizin is at 2nd, Les Ruiba at 3rd, current champion leader, Armo at 4th, Boissu at 5th, Buchalski at 6th, and Tianuna at 7th. Is this the same Tianuna we were dealing with? Yeah, it's the same guy. He got a better deal, that's for sure. And now our drivers are neck and neck just as they leave the downhill S-turn. Bit of an ERS issue here, probably. Seriously, no point in getting ERS around here. Can we just go? I'll just leave the ERS to the drivers. I really have no idea how to properly work that. Oof, here we go. They're now down as 15th and 16th as Ribeiro gets back in the saddle. Matisi Somi is at 20th for some reason. Not a good start for these. That's Sweden, right? Yep, for the Swede. Now lap 6, and both of our drivers have had a really tough fight so far. Tire wear is also starting to be an issue, as they're now down at 59 and 52% respectively. We'll have to play for time here. Oh no! That's Vosu going out of 17th or 16th. No, 17th. Perez is at 14th, but that's not going to last much longer because it looks like everybody else has ERS on already. It has a good amount of ERS on. Yep, there goes Vosu dropping even further. That downhill hairpin is a real knuckle duster, that's for sure. Starting lap 7th, and Vosu is still struggling to get back on the upper half of the lower 10. Perez still trying to make the most out of her position, but she's having a bit of a fight just to get back into the top, the upper hand of the top 15. Oof. Ugh. Sylvander with the ERS mode on. Gets an overtake on the downhill chicane again. Or not chicane, downhill hairpin. Now we're starting lap 8, and it looks like the tires will be in a bit of a problem for in a couple of seconds. Perez still fighting with Sylvander for 13th and not exactly winning. Chalsky's up on the front with the ERS push up. And she loses her 14th spot again. This time Parker snatching something from the downhill hairpin. Or rather, on the approach to the downhill hairpin rather. Now it's starting a lap 9 and both of our drivers are way behind. Perez might even lose more points here. Tire temperature is now decently balanced, but the tire wear is really bad, and Perez will have to switch out here sooner or later, as she is down to 26%. We can't really let her use... Yeah, we can't really let her use anything else. Try to conserve then. Let's get the ERS on. Not really useful. We're not really getting a lot of the energy up. And Perez drops to 16th again, though Vosu jumps up to 17th. We'll have to send her in now so she can use mediums. Car's condition still okay, but the suspension needs some work soon. Keep it balanced. Ooh, that's not good. Looks like our pit crew is also very tired. Vosu still having a rough go at it as we start lap 11th. He's still stuck in the 17th. We'll have to pit soon. Really bad thing here, since we started with the wrong set of tires. It's again another bit of mistake on my part. I really thought we were already on mediums. I have no idea why I did not switch. Oh, look at that. Oh. Mistake! Tire mistake. That's gonna put Perez way behind now. Armoa can definitely go higher than this. Since he's gone for softs though, that means he's confident that he can keep the tires in a decent pace. "13 laps to go, not exactly looking too hot. I'm just waiting for this race to end so we can move ahead to the next one. $19.20 for both of our drivers. Bit of a switch out there. Vosu is now at 20th, Perez at 19th. Armoa will probably climb ahead just to get back into the winner's circle. "12 laps to go. Start at lap 13, and both of our drivers are nowhere near a decent spot to get ahead. Just use this for... Just let them run around. Start lap 14, 11 laps to go. Both of our drivers are nowhere near any of the other drivers. Absolutely painful. This just feels like our European Racing Series experience earlier. Like, in the earlier season, that is. But since this is a relegation stage, being in the middle and all, I'm really certain we're going to be dropped back to the ERS soon. And this freaking sucks. I really hate the CRS thing. And then there's also the minigame with... Oh, boy. Let's go with this. Let's hope they don't have any mistakes on this one. Well, Lee managed get out of the pit faster than we did. Everybody else doesn't seem to be switching out, though. Never mind. Some of them have switched. Let's just get this Ardennes stage done and over with, shall we? Not looking too hot over there, but all of our drivers up front are already... Ooh, where the hell is Armoa? Armoa's only at 8th. Need 3 laps to go. No need to worry about anything else. Let's just finish the spinning. 3 laps remaining. Way behind. That ERS thing really annoys me. Nowhere near any of these guys. That's annoying. That race was a complete disaster. Absolutely awful run there for most of our drivers. Or both of our drivers, rather. Started really bad, continuing ahead. Quite awful. It is a season of humiliation after all, since we're moving up with very few parts and setups. No extra resources, can't really produce parts fast enough. Wasu drops to 17th. We are now at 10th. Just go ahead. We really could have kept it running better if we had started properly, but I just overlooked everything after we went into the race setup. There's no issues with stats, though. Wasu's stats are dropping like buggery. I need him to retire soon. I can't really afford to just break the contract now. Else on in there? Yeah, I get that the scouting is... Ooh, what the heck is that number? Fine, that's on you. For condition 50 to 44, yeah, not bad. Even with those numbers, just half a day for fixing, not too bad. Buttered up. If she wants to, that's the question. One mistake. It wasn't dangerous, but yeah, it ate time. Still not enough money to at least try and get the motor car factory. They won't allow us this. Unless we can get better suppliers. Better stats, rather. 14 days for the new engine. We haven't improved any of our suspension setups yet. 13 days before the race. Fine, let's go with that. 3. We could go with Viking, but they want a bonus of first. Cupcake or Stonewall Bank. No upfront payment. Okay, yeah, let's go for Viking. Viking. Good enough. This is the first time we got Viking. Liability work is done. Thankfully. There's so many cups of tea we can make. Okay, performance, if that's what you want. Reliability, right? Okay, in that case, I can probably fit some car parts now. Their suspension would be nice, but who wants it? It's taking a while for the new parts to arrive. Vancouver, I think, will be... Yep. We're gonna need better suspension, better gear boxes, and decent front wings. Fortunately, what we got was an engine instead. That's on me. Won't be able to get anything done for Vancouver, so we'll just have to prepare for the Black Sea, which will need engine, suspension. Okay. Still build a suspension for Black Sea. Oh no. I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm getting... What? He's been acting... He started wearing this weird robe thing, and he keeps asking my Kappa energy is also... I don't know about you. Oh, it's Perez. Okay. Don't know about you, but it sounds like made some weird friends, if you know what I mean. 20. His morale is through the roof, but his stats are not down even more. It's a temporary one, but it's 20 weeks, which means he'll be under the influence of a call for the rest of the season. Really bad, since his stats are still in decent condition, but... This reminds me, I was reading up on old Toku data again, and I'm just reminded of the time that one cast member from Kamen Rider Force retired from acting so she can devote her time or her entire life to a new religion. Air quotes. 46. 46 laps? Are you kidding me? I'm gonna cry. Yes, I know we don't have a wind tunnel, but I can't really build anything right now because I don't have the money. Like, this is great. It's definitely great. But I want to save money for the road car factory, so I don't really want to build anything else. I know you want to complain all you want, but I'm still trying to save money for our team, so just hang in there, will you? Want to go back to the European Racing Series already? Best sponsors on the road, that's for sure. Improve the engine for the time being. The reliability. Chief mechanic impact 0.9% a day. That's kind of annoying. So, excuse me. A suspension system. Ski. Risk level 1 already? Let's just drop reliability and then we'll build up on that. 3% reliability, that sucks. Just have to play through that. That's the best we can build up on, annoyingly. How many more seasons do we have? If we continue on with this, we're definitely going to be relegated, so I don't need to probably build up so many parts. I just want to try. Let's ignore that. Save up here, just in case we still have a chance. I don't really feel like we do. Let's just go ahead and finish this so we can go back to the ERS and rebuild from there. Selection. Oh no. Oh right, I forgot this one is also an ultra soft race circuit. Hey look, isn't that... No, that's not the Wall of Champions, it's over here. Oh, that's definitely the Wall of Champions, right? In the actual race course that was used for this. It's gonna be rainy. It's gonna be rainy. A lot of downforce. Some more speed balance just to bit mysterious. Inters. We won't be able to take advantage of any of these because it's inters. Maybe a bit more accelerated. Inters as well. And let's see if this works. And this is going to be a bit of a long rush, I can feel it. The rain will probably help us get some decent practice in, but we won't be able to take advantage of the slowest slicks because of the weather. Looks like it'll be raining for at least another 9 minutes. Flying lap time. Oh, we're using the... that's why it's got a lot of laps. It's the shorter segment. Are they even going well? I don't think I'm seeing them doing anything at all. Okay, things will start to dry up around the 6-minute mark by looks of it. Too aggressive with the wing panels, got it. So let them finish their stint here, and we'll switch things out afterwards. And this is a really short layout for the driving. Kind of concerning. Arrow isn't right. Need more downforce. Rio may be in the market for a bit lower downforce. 7:30, and we're pretty much rolling pretty decently in the setup knowledge tab. I'm bringing in Bosu. More downforce, more downforce. Downforce. The handling can probably use some more work. Oversteer maybe. Acceleration is decent enough. Our choice, switch them off to softs. 28 seconds just to get that pit line finished? Dang it. Need to get these guys home. She's out of fuel, so she needs to set up everything. It just seems just right here. Nice one. Yeah, that corner is a bit too tight. Bit too much on downforce, Roger. Acceleration would be nice. Some less understeer. Stint should be qualifying. Okay, no, race trim it is. Forget qualifying. We're not getting anywhere out of that. Switch over to softs. We still have 5.5 minutes left in practice, so we can probably get something out of that at least. Now there's Voss 2 coming down the flying lap. Let's see how that goes. The only time we ever have any chance of getting a good number out is through the inters area, which means we're pretty good at wet works. Admittedly, we haven't done any wet qualifying runs yet in this season, or at least with this account, so I have no idea how things are gonna work with that. Can we get at least level 1 race trim? Or we're already level 1 qualifying trim, okay. I can work with that. Race trim level 3 is the one we're looking for. Can at least also get the soft tires level 1. And that's cool. Sewer handling feels much better. Gonna bring him in. Okay, race trim is at level 3. Qualifying should at least get us to level 1. Huh? Why are you complaining about the handling? You were complaining about the handling being a little too much, and now you're saying it isn't worse? Is worse, I mean? I think we're okay with Voss 2. Let's let him rest a bit. Oh no, we'll need him to do some more qualifying rims. But he and dropped a bit. What the heck was wrong with the handling? Oh, the handling is bad. The aero is great. It's just the handling went a little too bad. So a bit more understeer, huh? So a balance of understeer and oversteer. Nice. A bit more on acceleration, maybe. Maybe some. Steer. Okay, let's see if this works. 4 laps, make it 12. We've only got a minute left, though. Let's see if she can actually get anything out of that at the very least. Soft tires are now level 2. Good enough for me. Qualifying trim level 1. Yeah, okay, that could work. Tunison is at 7th on the out lap. Let's see if he can do any more out of this. I don't think Ario will be able to get to the start line in time. Nope. Fortunately, no. Well, Sue can still get some better times here, though. That's it. Still stuck in 9th. But that's a better setup here. Fortunately, Ario is down in 19th with her soft tires. Ribeiro is rubbish. What? Dude, he performed really well earlier. Ribeiro is currently at 11th on the... Okay, maybe he did have a hard time today, but still. In Buenos Aires, we know your cars are great. Parker. Delenkvist seems to be having a hard time, though. Qualifying in Vancouver, ignore that. We're not gonna do anything. Ultra soft qualifying trim. qualifying trim and soft tires. Can't really do much with that. Car setup. Okay, so something needs to be done about that handling, because apparently it's still not the good sign. It's on... I tried to make the handling pretty much the same, 56%, and... yeah, okay. 56% also? I should probably reduce that. So somewhere around. Let's try this. And simulate, because I'm really not in the mood. I feel like we'll have a really bad start here. Yep. Oh god, that's awful. That's awful qualifying time, boys and girls. Oh well, whatever. I expected as much. Well, off the target. But Team Keyta's running really well for the past few runs in the season, so what is he complaining about? What's the news really about? Canada, eh? Oh yeah. Okay, that sounded a bit different. Armoa and Buenos Aires still fighting for the Drivers' Championship. And it looks like it's very sunny right now, which is a bit terrifying. Very good chance it'll suddenly rain in the middle of things. Gotta keep my nose on that. Soft tires and race trim. Ignore this light-footed one. We're only gonna use light footing for the rest of, or for the later part of the running. Oh, good switch there. Looks like she is very, very happy about the handling switch. Just gonna need tires to be the soft ones. Okay, fuel is okay. I'm still trying to learn how to properly use a different starting amount for fuel, because apparently the more fuel you are, the heavier your car gets, so you're slower. But since your refueling capabilities are way below everybody else's... Okay, now we're going with the proper softs. Wrong, wrong. Bit of a rough start there. Banging up on the back. Vosu accelerating poorly. Remember, this is a sprint. We have very short tracks and we have 46 laps all to get it. So I don't know how our tactics will be here. Could be a 3-stop race for all we know. We'll just have to see. Looks like we lost Perez early. She's now down to 18th. Vosu trying desperately to keep his 14th spot, but he gets overtaken by a bunch of drivers with the ERS on. Just get this thing running steadily and super fast rather. So we're definitely not going to see any improvements at all. Both of our drivers now in the back. Dave is still at 20th for some reason. But she'd probably... Yup, there she is. She goes for the ERS run rather. 41 laps to go. We're at lap 6. Tire temperature is getting really cold. Tire wear is also a bit of an issue now. Stop complaining, Perez. You wanting to get some jumps in, right? 39 laps to go. Start lap 8, and both of our drivers are way behind. Buenos Aires already switched out to softs. Laps, both of our drivers still went in the back. Some of the guys in the forward areas have already switched out to soft, so they're going for endurance rather than speed in the middle of the race. Well, not exactly in the middle, we're just at lap 9 after all. Just get this done, please. That Slaves Ruiba stuck in the middle between our drivers. Although yep, they're definitely gonna jump up over there. Four laps to go. Still a bit on endurance here, but I might have to switch out soon. Oh, some guys got hit out on the pit lanes, and we have both of our drivers a bit higher up there. Yep, ERS right there. Stephenson about to overtake on the corner. Ran out of ERS right on the last line. It's now 15. Let's switch out softs. Anything on the news? Nope. It's gonna be cloudy up until at least lap 23 at least, so there's that. Do not recharge or refuel. Conservative with the tires. Vosu is now up to 15 thanks to some of the people who have switched out their tires late in the early part of the race. He still has 27%, but he'll definitely need to switch out after this, just to be on the safe side. We still have one soft tire for Vosu, enough fuel for at least 19 laps. Well, we got 31 laps to go, so I think we can still do it and then refuel at the last part. Front wing's not looking too hot, however. Let's hope we don't have to worry about retirement again. Mistake! Come on, people! Three laps to go. Just to avoid being blue flag here, Perez needs to use that power charge. Vosu is now down in 19th. Going to get out in time ahead of Davis. Imagine having to use ERS just to overtake these cars. That's how bad our current car performance is. I've got an overtake. We got hit by an overtake on a corner by somebody with an ERS. That's annoying. That's really annoying, you know. 27 laps to go. Definitely gonna switch out for another run after this. And probably switch over to 2 Ultra Softs if we can make the tires last for longer. It's lap 22. Both of our drivers are still in the back. Oof, that's not good. Perez not really doing much in keeping the tire temperatures high, even in conserve mode. Yes, 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 we can continue the race. Don't worry about it. We'll switch things out as soon as... Already? Everybody else on the RS mode. Ooh, Stephenson has some parts issues that he'll have to worry about. Quick repair there, though. But he's still behind. Ow, that's Centauri with a power boost. Still got overtaken at the last second. Annoying. Uh-oh. Vosu about to be overtaken by Centauri as well. Oh crap, I forgot to send Perez out. 16 laps. Do I want to? I feel like I can still use this guy. 17 laps to go. I don't have any tires that can last that longer. Fine. Go for the last soft tire. Okay, we can probably fix that. No need to recharge the batteries. Wasu will have to wait until he's down on fuel, and then we'll switch out to super softs. Just really bad timing there. You know, at this point, I just want to vote for sequential pit stops, even if it eats our resources a bit more, because it really gets annoying when it's semi-sequential and you'll have to wait for the pit crew to actually start some fixing. Or you have to wait for the tires to be set up before you can do refueling and fixing, which is kind of eating our pit times. Even worse than they already are. Well, soon now down to 29%. 14 laps to go. Somebody got blue flagged. I think that's Perez. Yep, that was Perez. She's getting blue flagged. She's well behind now. Somebody has gone to Ultras, and that's Sylvander. A bit too early, don't you think? Esteva is now in the pit. Valsu jumps up to 13th. Not really going to do anything in points here. 13 laps to go. Things aren't looking too hot. Valsu gonna have to switch out. We can risk it, I think. The front wing is awful right now. Good luck. Let's see if this works. Nope, he's dropping. Weather is going to be dry at least. Got blue flag. I haven't experienced a blue flag in this particular account since the start of the European Racing Series campaign, which was like very early. Well, this is the very first Asia Pacific Super Cup for this account, so it's quite understandable that the stats are awful, to the point that we're getting left behind by even the worst teams in the circuit. But still, well, most of those blue flag incidents happened in the Black Sea circuit, which even in the European Racing Series is a bit smaller. So blue flagging is a common occurrence, so to speak. Push it up a bit. Perez will have to switch tires, I think. Come on, Vasu. 9 laps to go. Can he keep it? Fine, attack if you want. Eight laps to go. I don't think we're gonna last here. Oh, crap. Really? DC Salmi has jumped to 19th. Now we're starting lap 40. Things don't seem to be looking too hot. Perez gets blue flagged again. I wonder who's up front for her. Bit cloudy, but no change in temperature. In the air, at least. Not looking too hot for drivers. And now Vosu is having trouble getting past Amoa. Tire wear is getting pretty bad, but we've only got 5 laps to go. Can she last? I don't think she can. Switch her out. at the last second. I don't want to see her retire because the tires just ran out. How many times have we been blue flagged today? Like, seriously. Well, I mean, we're not the only team getting blue flagged right now, but still. Just 3 more, come on. Just have to nurse the road home. Laps to go. Now we're approaching the final lap. Let's see if we can get Vosu home. At least to 18th. Okay, 18th. Good enough. So that's still gonna drop us down and keep us in 20th for sure. Who's on top? Armoa again. Boa Esperanza is doing some really good work up here up front. By the way, apologies if I'm not super talkative right now. I've had a bit of a run-in with stuff, and things aren't really that good, so I can't really focus much. Also, there's the fact that the Asia Pacific Super Cup is getting annoying, which means I can't really look much into drivers and all that. I just want to get through this cup and get thrown down to the European Racing Series, so I can build up from there again. Clearly, we don't have the resources to fight in this industry just yet. Not good indeed. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. I'm looking at these numbers. I'm really, really disappointed. Mm, so then there's 6 bits of condition. Still pretty low. Oh, low condition drop at least. It's on the nose. Doesn't really affect his morale that much, thankfully. Yes, I know we're running really badly. Car repair is good. What's this? Track practice. There's a new celebrity couple on the scene, and that's Ario with Nikolai Sugrobov. Who? The couple were caught canoodling in a trendy nightclub, much to the delight of the waiting paparazzi. Ex-rival Michael Tellman sounds a note of caution, however, for our Rio's bosses at Watson Industries. It's easy to take your eye off the ball when you're surrounded by such beautiful people. I've seen other drivers date celebrities, and their level always drops, which this is going to be a problem. Her morale is high, but one of my contacts just told me that there's an open slot Tondra for a bit of practice, so I could get some quality time there would really improve the chances. What do you think? Yeah, sure. Now she is a Tondra expert, which could be helpful in the later end of the season. Oh, repair's good. Repair is done. They can go back to improving stuff. 15 days before the race, good. And then we'll improve reliability of everything else. Base stats on these things are absolutely garbage. Suspension complete. Okay. Check out the car. Can improve it as well. I need better reliability. We can work on that later. What else do I need to worry about? The Black Sea is going to be a bit of a rough patch, unfortunately. Can't really do anything about that since we're running really low on parts, and well, we don't have enough. We don't have enough investment in the HQ to help us get better improvements for the car as well. Coming off of the European Racing Series and all the stock parts. We voted in, by the way, because we still need the money to get the road car factory going. Oh, shoot! Why am I stupid? That wasted 2 days. That wasted 2 days. How many more races do we have? Calendar says we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 more races. We could probably save money now by not building anything new. So I can probably build one more. Just one more. A better front wing would be nice. Not that we can get these stats transferred down to the ERS later. Okay, let's go with this. We're not gonna be able to use this in this next run anyway. 11 days, that's... Wait, what? You probably do some improvements on that then. Performance. Melo going to retire. Eduardo Melo Shimizu Boom is seriously considering retiring at the end of the season. I think he's just looking forward to putting his feet up and spending some time away from the media circus. Shimizu Boom boss Utsuwa Ono will be looking to fill the void that Melo leaves as soon as possible, so there might be some driver moves in order soon. Only 33. That's a dropping significant. 20. Silva! He was with Silva at the start of the season. Got 10 races and only 1 podium. Awarding bonus for the driver sets the fastest lap bonus. Thought behind the proposal is that it will help to reward fastest teams and drivers in a way that is less subject to vagaries and luck and of racing. Not too sure about that, so former driver Fabio Torino will spice things up, but we could potentially see championships won off the back of fastest lap. And I'm not sure that's right. I can understand his sentiment there. Better. Even if it's even if it's 2 hours after the race, I'm sure these guys will at least get some decent points up just in time. Then the front wing will be done in 4 days. 2 days, no hours. So I need to worry about. Why are the World Motorsport and ERS Championships running consecutively? Oh. Oh, they were. No, it's Cape Town, not Singapore. Husted still on top, surprisingly. Tarasenko and Naito switching places now. Becker still within striking range of the top three. Probably just needs 10 points to get to Naito's spot in the next run. Back in the ERS, Hornblood showing up real good. Mazzoncini also working well for China, or rather Dragon Race Team, and Ganser. Why is Ganser back here? And he's with Ozubal teams. I'm pretty sure Ganser was supposed to be in the Asia Pacific Super Cup. Ramsey down on the bottom still. Some weird reason. Chu with Silver Racing is so well. 10 days before the race. Reliability. Front wing design finished. 3 hours after the race? What the hell's going on? It was faster earlier. What the heck? Let's reduce the engine. The average engine fit parts. What else should we worry about? What? That's 12, that's 10. What's going on over there? Okay, that's it for now. Do I want to get any new parts out? No, let's save the money for the production. We're definitely gonna get dropped, so we're gonna need that for next time. Yeah. Voices from around the world of motorsport are becoming more and more concerned about driver Milene Perez's well-publicized love of partying. The 29-year-old's behavior has raised eyebrows in recent weeks after a spate of late-night appearances at clubs around the world. After a recent night out in Monaco, Perez's bill on champagne alone reportedly came in at over £25,000. Dude! Be crying shame if Milene were to waste all that natural talent by spending too much time in the club, said former WMC driver Tommy Klein. Uh, it was right. Booze up back in my day, but things are different now. These are highly tuned athletes. Marketability is great, but our fitness and focus are now down 1 point each. Currently 10th in the championships. 2 points bonus are awarded to driver who sets the fastest lap. This rewards cover the most raw speed. In voting, I have no. I've not voted much yet. So let's just go. Just use one of our voting power for that. Who else was the other guy? The car's worst. 36 laps. That's much longer, which means we're using a shorter circuit here. Yes, we just did. I just gave you a new front wing, buddy. Like, seriously, look. Yeah, okay, maybe I gave Vosu the new front wing, but still! You're using a new one, much more durable than the one you used before. Some noteworthy news has filtered out of Kruger HQ. Their design center has been updated. The upgrade took 30 weeks and cost a reported $15 million. Lead designer Andrea Bosco was present at the reopening and claimed that the upgraded crew sport will help the team perform at most. It's a long-term thing, with the manager to decide upon here. I'm totally in favor for it. There is, yep, the higher racing teams right now. Fourth. We don't have a lot of fans, unfortunately. 3.7 million. Ugh. Wait, why do we have more fans than some of these guys? Is it because we're the ER? Is it because of the ERS? It's because of the ERS, isn't it? What? What do you mean I hit 100% marketability? The fuck? The fuds? Excuse the language. What the heck's going on? I'm getting weird stuff out here. I think something broke. Something definitely broke in there. I have no idea how that happened. Well, whatever. Let's go ahead and save it here. Our selection autumn should be enough. Hards? Oh, this is the first time we're going to be driving on hards. I guess a part of the shorter circuit means that, yeah, things will be a bit hard. We need speed, medium speed corners, and high speed corners. So we're going to be needing some fixes on the suspension and the so it's going to be this long route here, I think. Maybe not. Yep, Wasu's stats are going really badly. He's now down to 12 on the feedback. On force with this top speed. Go for hards. Weather is going to be dry at least for a couple more practice runs. But go for hards as well. Big practice. I have a lot more control with practice without the extra stuff like ERS or tire heating at the start of the race and all. Going for hards at the start. We don't have to worry about being outpaced at the early racing. On just a bit more. Too much angling on the wing. Too much aero, got you. It's one lap. Aria will have to book it for this one. We only set her for one lap, apparently. Oof, bit of a drop there. Aria's now at 4th, also at 6th. So we need to reduce the arrows a bit. A bit of a drop there. Speed balance is absolutely beautiful right now. It's the arrows that need. So a bit more acceleration, maybe some. Okay, that should be enough. 3 laps, keep the same tires. Well, soon we'll have to stick it in for a couple more laps. They're dropping really quickly here. Although the shorter stage caused by the shorter course does have a bit of a funny pace up. I do wonder why this shorter course requires a harder set of tires. We haven't touched any of that segment before. That's neat. Qualifying at least at level 1. Race trim hasn't reached anything at all. That's Vosu at 15th, Ario at 14th. Buenos Aires still on top, Automobile at 4th, Laceruba at 5th. Definitely need a lot of work just to get back into the upper half of the timesheets here. Handling still needs some work. Too much aero. Okay, that should do it. Let's see if it changes anything. Rio will have to switch, head back to the pit lane after this. Probably some changes in here. Oof. Which car is that? Okay, hards are now at level 3. That should be good enough. Downforce is good. Downforce is good. It's the handling that's poor. Okay, let's see if this does anything. We still got 4 minutes 20 at least. Other things on Vosu's end of things. I was feeling much nicer now. That's not a vote of confidence. That usually means there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. Buenos Aires still racking up points up there. 55.67 seconds. Two and a half minutes, and there's still some work to do on the handling. Yeah, a bit more understeer then. See if this changes anything. Two minutes left in practice. Maybe we can change things here. Let's hope we do. Downforce is feeling a bit off now, guys. Damn it! Oh whatever. Let's just let her drive for the rest of the practice and we'll fix everything before qualifying. Wonder if I could get that to purple. Full setup knowledge would be nice. Is that it? Is that the best? I thought we'll get something above great. Doesn't look like we're getting anything out of that. Probably the feedback will be great afterwards and it'll be a bit more efficient. We're gonna be a bit more efficient in fixing things. While Sue's still working on things, Ario is currently at 12th, but she could probably lose her place here. Alright, qualifying trim is at level 3, that's a surprise. Well, Sue's stuck at 18th, annoying. Hopefully can improve qualifying. Why is that fan complaining about Ray's Ruiba? Ray's Ruiba is like one of their top drivers, so why are they complaining? Just level 2 race trim, but good enough. The handling was worse. So a bit more balance and arrows, I suppose. Understeer. And the gear ratios. Yep, something like that should work. I'm going to use the only softs we have. Please do not change the softs. This one. Done. Okay, let's go. I can still work on getting that handling to work better, I think. Okay, no. Good. So a bit less understeer, maybe? Soft. And simulate. I ain't gonna trouble myself with that annoying tire heating thing. No point in trying. I'm gonna be at the back anyway. Dang. Well, Buster's already on his way out talent-wise, being an old guy now. So that's understandable. Gonna change the tires again, switch over to hards. Oh, the stats even worse than last time. Fine. Let's go with the hards. Okay. That's the best we can do. Then switch over to hards. They both have to be hards, right? 36 laps. We can probably do one stop each. Well, he's hoping things aren't too bad. Try to push it to the limit. Why did McDeasy saw me in softs? I'm going to assume they didn't bring enough soft tires for him, so they are just using a bit of a used soft tire for speed. That's the first time I've seen somebody use used tires on race day. Good jump from McDeasy saw me though. That could have been an overtake. Oh, but he ran wide. As expected from a poor performance tire. Well, let's see if our guys can at least get some good levels up. I don't think we will. Perez and Vosu having a bit of a fight of their own, but Buenos Aires is showing why he's dominating, one of the dominating racers right now. Whoa! There he is. McDeasy saw me with the ERS. Good charge there. Well, I guess when you have good parts and a good charger, you'll have a faster boost in energy. So that's understandable. Now Vostu's complaining at the start of lap 3. Ribeiro getting some ERS time in, jumping up to 13th. Buenos Aires still on top though. 33 laps to go, and both of our drivers still in the back with their hards. Davis trying to stay ahead. Santori, Parker, and Esteve are the only other drivers in hards right now. Lee is already down to 50%, despite the fact that he started pretty decently. McDeasy saw me also running really low on his softs. A bit of a risky strategy to start with one of your used tires here. But I think it's better than nothing. For now, we'll try to stay in the running, even though we're using the slowest tires in the session. Maybe next time we'll switch to mid-speed tires instead, because it doesn't seem like it's working in the ERS, so to speak. Or rather, in the Asia-Pacific Super Cup, unlike when we did the ERS. Excuse me. Bossier now at 19th, getting boxed in by Delankvist and Lee. Perez trying as much as possible to keep Delankvist away from her, but not exactly running too well here at the start of lap 9. A couple of people on the pit lane though, with Lays Reba and Tia Nuna getting left behind because of the slower switch out. Perez trying desperately to stay out of things. Oof, really bad time to use the ERS, I suppose. Now she's still at 14th and managed to get a gap out thanks to the ERS, but that's not going to last much longer. Buchalski now jumping up in power. She is now 13th. Vosu jumped in at 16th. Buchalski gets an overtake using ERS. Lee jumping up in ERS as well and now overtaking. As we start lap 11. Not much in ERS to use there. Perez up to 13th as Amachi went out for a pit stop. Amachi trying to push in with the ERS, but having a hard time getting past Delankvist. Ooh, that's Amachi at 13th now, and Delankvist also jumping at 14th. 25 laps to go. 43% on tire wear for Perez. Can we keep it a bit longer for both of our drivers? That's the good question of the day right now. Bosu using his ERS to save on fuel. Pretty smart move, all things considered, but he needs my speed. 24 laps to go. Endurance is still to play, even though they're really behind. We can't really get any points unless we go up to the top 7. Perez about to lose 13th to Boisu. Still blocking, but Boisu is very confident and manages to sneak one out on slow corner there. Now we're starting lap 14 with Perez possibly going down to 15th. Lays Rui, but just menacing there in the back. Perez getting 13th, but won't be able to hold it for long as Boissu is once again sneaking on the corner. Managed to defend on that one this time, but we won't see that happen again as Boissu uses ERS to overtake. And here's Lays Royba also using ERS to run it. Santori getting left behind now. Boissu gets ahead of him, but Davis is about to push things over. Looks like it's about time we switch tires, I suppose. Switching to mediums. Keeping things balanced as they are. Boissu drops to 18th as Davis gets ahead of him. Tianuna as well. 21 laps to go. Tire wear is now starting to be an issue. And we send in Perez for a change. Let's see if she can get things done quick. Nope, she cannot. Perez is now back in 20th. Lee got ahead of her outside. Boissu now stuck at 17th. Looks like Makdisi Somi is going for a tire change as we start lap 17 here. Perez trying to be conservative as she tries to push forward. And now Boissu is at 16th after a couple of drivers went for a pit change here. 19 laps to go. Most of the forward drivers are now in endurance mode. Starting to struggle a bit with tire wear, Boissu says. I'll be trying to switch them over to mediums as well. No need to change fuel for the time being. Perez might get some places in. Yep, she's now at 18th. Boissu is at 19th. Makdisi saw me just behind him. What the heck? Why is Makdisi saw me all the way back? 18 laps to go. Both of our drivers are still way behind. Parker has switched out to soft tires, surprisingly. Stephenson has stuck himself with medium still. Looks like both of our drivers will have to be a bit more considerate as we now start lap 2. Boissu has been blue flagged. It's that bad. It is that bad. Now we're approaching the start of lap 21 and both of our drivers are way behind. Let's see if they can come back through this. Well, Perez jumps over Delenkvist and is now at 17th at least. 14 laps to go, just a bit more. And she gets blue flagged by Armoa. Oof, Delenkvist is here and he is hungry. Let's get some space out of that. Armoa definitely dominating the lead-ups here. Perez almost got 16th, but she is now trying and struggling to defend the position from Tianuna. See if she can get some space out of that. Nope, the ERS is coming in hard and fast. Now 2.86 left. Oof, that ERS overtake at the last second. Boissu is still at 18th though. Perez now up to 14th because of a couple of changes. Boissu drops to 19th. I'll be trying to switch things up. 26. See if we can keep the fuel as it is. Hang on. Perez will have to play along with that for the time being. Boissu will have to sit along steady. He still has 4.5 laps of fuel remaining. So as long as we keep the ERS at a good number, they might have a chance to stay up on it. Ugh! Mistake once again. That's gonna put Perez back down in 19th. Now getting blue flag this time by Armo again. Amachi's up on top for some reason. 8 laps to go. We might have to switch. Parts we can fix. Doesn't look like it. Fine. Getting blue flagged here, really bad for Vosu. We're trying to keep the fuel steady here. Sylvander saying no, and now Vosu is in 18th. Akiti saw me for Bakdisi saw me for some reason, is way behind everybody else. Conservative on the tires here, both of our drivers way behind. Vosu playing a bit more balanced with the ERS supported energy mode. With 6 laps to go, I think this will be helpful keeping the fuel up in check. Perez is ahead. Let's see if we can do something here. A little more damage would be nice. Vosu is almost out on the ERS. Getting blue flagged again. Armoa has taken the lead once again. That's Tianuna at 6th. Who's that at 7th? That's Parker. She's suffering from some serious issues. Blue flag for Perez. Come on, Perez. At least get us somewhere higher. We've been stuck in 18th and 19th for the past season. Yeah, no. We're gonna be sitting here in the back for the rest of the race, I'm afraid. Or for the rest of the season, rather. That race was a complete disaster, and Armo was sitting in the pit lane for, what, 5 seconds, maybe? He's been sitting there for a while before everybody else came in. Just a few more legs and we can go back to the ERF and rebuild from there. We are still pretty much low on capability to fight in the Asia-Pacific Super Cup. Oh, Buchalski has used some illegal parts, and that's going to drop her to 5th. Putting Amachi and Blaze Ruriba ahead of her. Not much of a change on the top 3, to be honest. Armoa and Buenos Aires still fighting against each other. Still in 20th. We can do better if we're actually prepared. We're not. We're using a bare bones or rather a bare bones HQ, because we're relying on building up money making. Dodgy neck, yeah, I know. Oof. Which was it again? Okay, that makes a lot of sense, really. At least we're still getting money, so that's a good sign. We can probably do one more race, and then I'll have to call it in for the night. Oh, Dubai. This is the It's been a while since we've been in Dubai. What's the news? 47 42, only a half a day. Good work. Okay, what do we need? That didn't do much. But one big mistake. Well, we can probably get Vossura, but nah. I need the money. So, yeah, some of these guys need to be switched out. Oh, they've already been switched out. That's great. That's real great. Numbers don't look too hot, though, so that's the other issue. Our repair is complete. Let's see. Let's not design any more new parts. Seriously. Let's focus on improving the capabilities of the ones we already have. That should be enough. Choosing a vote. Hang on. Hang on, let me just check something real quick. Hmm. Limit. It's already pretty much upgraded at level 2, so I think we're about the test track. Do I want to upgrade test track? $12 million. No, no, no. We can't upgrade that yet. I need the money. One qualifying, 27 laps, 35 laps. Change track layout. Change track. Add track layout. Remove pit lane. Sequential. Simultaneous. Standard. Equality focused. Points for top 10. Points for all drivers. Wide slicks. Normal width. Grooved. Road tires. What it is. Redistributed. 2 dry weather compounds. Real? No, no, don't use real safety car. Can I go for driver aids banned? And hang on, let's see the rules for the lower end. I mean, where's that? Standings. Current rules: practice session, 27 laps, semi-sequential. Standard merits, points for all drivers, double points, bonus points. Full road tires, brute. Oh, so that's why it looks like that. They're using road tires. 2 dry weather compounds, 50 dry tire choices. Driver aids banned. Spec rear wings, reverse drivers, championship grids. Yes, we're standing start. Place bonus. Fueling. Spec brakes, pre-distributed tire compounds, spec gearboxes. Wait, but it says driver aids are banned. What? Uh, Fine then. What else can I look at? Motion bonus, no less space. Energy recovery systems banned. This is for next season, so I can't really use them. Let's not. Let's just reject the offer. We're not getting any bonus out of that since we're going to be relegated back to the ERS. Okay, 31 laps. Yeah, usual. We have a decent design center at least. I really wish we had a better car part. Or rather, we can get the road car factory soon, because seriously, I'm not getting a lot of money still. This area, it's gonna take a while, like the better part of the year. Anyway, let's just finish this last race for the stream, and then we'll go ahead and pull it in for the night. Shocking season is an understatement. Things aren't looking too hot. Yes, I know that. I can't leave him at home. Sponsor select. Tire fitting. Auto pick. Can we put a reserve up instead? Oh, it's only 5 weeks. I can handle this. It's pretty much the same. Let's go. Back to Dubai, and apparently it's a different layout this time. Even though it's 31 laps still. Viking, still the same start end line, but there is a bit of a change in where things are rolling. Changing course. Balanced on top speed, 56. Alright, that should be enough. Go with softs. They're not exactly the most durable, but I think we can keep it at soft if we want to. Should be enough. Somewhere understeer, speed balance should be okay. Go with the softs as well. That should be it. Take practice. Yep, that's... Adieu, Leonette and Perez. Great. Just great. I totally forgot to switch drivers. Oh well, whatever. Qualifying trim. Make it race trim at 3. Perez will also do the same. Race trim? But she can't do that, so let's go for qualifying. Keep it at soft. Wait. What? Leonette, why aren't you moving? What took her so long to go out? The heck? Okay, let's see where the change. Ooh! Oh yeah, that chicane is a bit different. I don't remember this. Yeah, we skipped the bridge part. That's one thing, I think. We're not going for a sharp hairpin turn on that one, just going for the longer runs. Oh, that was just out lap, right. Okay, Perez doing pretty decently so far. Armola not exactly running that great, but she's working her magic. Oh, she dropped to 6th. Make that 7th. Not looking too hot. But if we're being outrun or overtaken by drivers and mediums, you know how bad our car is. We did start the European Racing Series with some pretty bad base stats, and we can't really build up from that rather quickly, especially with all the ERS and stuff. I really wish we didn't have to use ERS. I can't get my hands on how to actually work with it properly. Perez is now at 5th. Leonette, Rio is now at 13th. Halfway through practice time, but we're still at medium setup knowledge. We haven't made any tweaks to any of the parts yet. Downforce. Handling and speed balance still need a setup. Probably a bit more speed. I think I'd probably use a bit more understeer. Alright, let's see if this changes anything. Keep the soft tires on. Aio is still rolling pretty decently. Now level 2 race tires, or soft tires rather. This is going to be her last run. Oh right, that's her in lap now. 5 minutes left in practice. Let's see how this rolls. Still looking pretty decent for both of our drivers at least, even though numbers dropped a bit. Okay, handling and speed bounce also need a bit more work, so probably a bit more focus on speed. Somewhere understeer, maybe? Right, let's see if things will change now. Perez finishing her outlap and rolling in for her next stint. 4 minutes left in practice. Let's see if anything significant changes here. Perez carrying our hopes and dreams here. No bonuses? That sucks. That's a lot of work coming out on the other side of the building. Seriously? A minute and a half left. Do we still have the time to fix anything? Handling's a little too poor. Need a little less understeer. Okay, that should work it. How's Perez? Nope, not enough time to fix things for Perez. It's only a minute left. She'll have to spend most of that on the in-lap, which means we can't fix anything at all. Let's hope we can change things in the qualifying. And that's that. Yep. Let's see if she'll have anything to say as she exits at the last 5 seconds. Fortunately, Rio Leonet is now stuck at 15th. All green. Not too bad, but could have been better. Perez is stuck in 8th, but we'll wonder if things will change for the better in qualifying. Spoilers, they won't. Tunison scoring fastest lap at practice is a bit of a surprise. Perez managed to score 8th, Leonet at 16th. Let's see if things have changed in qualifying for Perez. Soft tires qualifying. They can't really use those soft tires because they're going for the fastest tire available. Looks like all green for me. I think we're good. Let's simulate the session. We're gonna be stuck in the bottom anyway, so let's just go ahead and do things the way they're meant to be. As you can clearly see, 16th and 18th, that's a rare one. Better than nothing at this point. Let's go ahead. Well, it keeps supporting you and Watson Industries. At least we still have our fans. Yep, it's not exactly an overtake happy circuit, this. Especially since there's a lot of straights where engine power definitely dominates. Going for speed. Our setup is still okay, at least. Change the tires. Make them soft. Keep the fuel at the same setup. We still have one extra soft tire if things need to be changed, and we also have one super soft if we need to roll it. Now this is gonna be a bit dodgy, so here's hoping we can at least get some decent points or decent grades up before things change. Anyway, lights out and away we go. Bosu not exactly accelerating really well. Perez losing the advantage of a good acceleration by being boxed in. Bosu about to lose his 16th spot so easily, and he's now dropped to 18th as well. Make that 19th. Both of our drivers are back in the pace again. Let's let the drivers think for themselves with the DRS, or ERS rather. Ribeiro scoring fastest lap so far. Perez now dropped to 20th as Vosu takes a snatch out of her. So you're trying to stay in there. Not really doing so well with the ERS on the runs. Really can't do anything much about that part. Keeping everything in check. Let's hope they don't run into anything as we have to remember we can do this we can probably do this as a one-stop race even though we're using soft tires, but we have to be a bit more tactical. And here's hoping some of the guys up front. Whoa, what the heck? Speaking of blunders, Santori is already down 39% on his tire, on her tires rather. Sue, come on! 27 laps to go, and there's not much seeing here. Really annoyed by the fact that the ERS is pushing the other cars that are already high performance to their limits, while us with our jalopy is really stuck here in the back, even with the ERS bonuses on. Well, it's mostly we can't really develop our cars fast enough, since our factory, even though it's supposedly in the higher ups there, isn't really producing part, or rather improving parts at the pace we want. And I'm focusing on reliability over performance, so there's that too. Oh, that's Centauri already in a pit lane, going for mediums. I see the tactic, going for speed and then pushing things up via the via durability. She's now switched to mediums. And she's pushing the mediums to the limit because her durability is a bit better than ours. She's not having a lot of problems keeping the car in the red. Oh, Davis has already pit in. Tia Nuna and Parker seem to be on the way in. Tunison also looking to switch out soon. Now it's starting lap 9. Both of our drivers are still behind. We're gonna get blue flagged soon. I can see Tunison or at least somebody else on the lead coming ahead. Centauri just a few car lengths behind. Definitely going to use that ERS to push ahead of Perez and Valsu at the next chicane. This is the hardest hairpin to deal with. Yep, there she is, going for ERS near the last corner. But she gets blocked by Tihanuna, who's coming out of the pit lane here. Perez might have to. Just driving some extra energy points out there. Perez at 13th, but she won't be 13th for long as we start lap 11. And looks like Tia Nuna is really pushing it with the ERS out here. Uh-oh, Parker has crashed on the long run in the first sector. Now, things might be a bit rough for both of our drivers. That's Firebird MRT losing one of their drivers in one of the top tracks that they can take advantage of their capabilities. Speaking of, Tia Nuna from Thornton Motorsport is really taking advantage of his speed boosts. It has now jumped to 12th. Perez having trouble getting back into things. And now we have Centauri, or rather Boissu, sneaking up on behind and snatching 13th on that long corner. And now Tunison has jumped in ahead as well. 19 laps to go. Can we keep these tires in for longer so we only need one stop? Really tough question, that. We'll also have to worry about refueling. Excuse me. Things not looking too good heading into the chicane zone. And Perez now down at 32%, Boissu down at 35%. Ribeiro having problems with the pit crew. And now that's Perez and Boissu ahead of her. But she can definitely come back using the ERS here. Buenazardo back up on top. Sylvander now down 1 second behind him. Stephenson 3 seconds behind to round up the podium leaders. And Perez is having trouble keeping up with Wasu. Wasu, meanwhile, gets ERS by Santori. Santori also pushing ahead. Ken couldn't use that ERS at all. I guess Perez will have to switch things up here. To get her down. Any other parts we can fix that doesn't require extra much time? Apparently not. Alright, Perez will have to book it for the next lap. Bosu can probably hold on for longer, but he definitely needs to take advantage of his firepower. Not enough ERS there. Starting lap 16, halfway through the course. And now Vosu jumps up to 15th thanks to Perez having to switch pit lane things. Perez now down to 19th, being at the back thanks to that change. Vosu now down at 23%. We'll have to switch him out now. Refueling is the main issue here. Definitely have to give up some places here later, or rather now. We're starting lap 17, and both of our drivers have not broken out of the top 15 or lower half of the top 11 to 20 at all. That's not good. A mistake on the repair in the front wing. And once again, both of our drivers are in the back again, and we'll just have to hope we can finish this without much issue. 13 laps remaining. Not so much on fuel. We'll have to pray that we have enough ERS to get our boy and girl back in the run here. I still don't know how the ERS as fuel replacement ability works. Sami Esteva. Come on, lads. 8 laps to go. Our fuel is pretty low. Davis using the ERS to get some space above Dawsu now. Not much of a change. Perez is up to 16th with 3 laps to go. Dawsu using his energy here to save on fuel. Dawsu getting blue flagged as well. That's Davis on the push-up. Now we're approaching the final lap. How much charging did that girl have? Davis is still sticking with us. Well, at least we managed to get Perez at 16th. That sucked indeed. Can't really do much about that. Amachi bagging another one for Kruger Motorsport. Surprisingly, Armoa is in 10th again. Really odd finish for the veteran here. Once again, a bit of a rough patch for our drivers. Not exactly looking too happy. And no bad... Oof. +1 lap. Really bad performance for Bosu there. No parts issues. Still at the bottom. Looks like Firebird MRT is also having some issues apparently. I'm really not good with this ERS thing. New unlock. Sweetest spots, nice. At least we're still getting some money out of that. So that should make the chief happy. Let's check our notes, or check our emails before we call it in for the night. Six mail lines. Our condition dropped 50% for Vosso and only 32% for Perez. That's a good number, at least. Oh yeah, Perez is almost ready to end her contract with us. I wonder if we can keep her for another run. Really bad numbers here. Move that for the time being. Swap you out. Swap out. That's Anazawa, maybe. Beer Jack. Sagai could probably work with Toyoda. No, Toyoda's resting. Nohara. Takashima. Severino. Erbolino, rather. J-Lo? What's Jennifer Lopez doing in my team? What the heck? Well, the numbers are still pretty decent. 21-second pit time. Can't believe we're still using the worst pit crews. Even with an improved mechanic. Oh, wait. Switch it back to auto management. Dang it. Pit crew auto managed again. Yeah, that should be good. Save that again. I guess with that, the self-flagellation will be done for the night. Thank you so much for watching our team get humiliated on the world stage. We weren't really ready to go into the Asia Pacific Super Cup with the kind of parts and how do you call it? The kind of performance we're currently showing isn't exactly up to par since we did come off of a mostly stock racing series since we voted for a lot of stock parts on the ERS, and we did focus on finishing up, or rather saving money, rather than, how shall we say it, building up parts. Not that we really needed all the extra parts anyway. So, yeah, now here we are, and pretty much ready to go back to the ERS after that absolutely terrible performance. So I'm not expecting a lot of things to happen really well. Anyway, hopefully that poor performance isn't gonna throw you off. Maybe next time we will get our rhythm going again, but we'll definitely have to suffer through a bit more humiliating stages before things can up from that. Anyway, if you got any complaints about the stream tonight, please do not hesitate to drop me a line on my Twitter or my Pixiv. If you've got a hankering for better stream, better VODs to watch, like the much more reliable performance we showed in the Europe Racing Series in the previous seasons, you can check the VOD archive linked in the About tab of my profile page and searchable on YouTube under the same username. That's work with a U instead of an O. by the way, if you're currently checking the VOD, sorry that you just had to see that terrible performance from our team. It's not exactly the best we've done so far. I know we could do better, just that there's still a lot of other things that I need to learn coming into a higher grade racing league. So probably put that off for next time since we're definitely going to get demoted anyway. Maybe there was something else on the channel that might interest you as far as VODs are concerned. Feel free to browse around. Speaking of the channel, if you've got a friend who might be interested in the stuff I stream or who just wants to complain about PNG streamers in general, as well as streamers who have a lot of noise in the background, later night stuff, please, I'd really be grateful if you can share my channel with them, twitch.tv/lurk at work. That's all from me for now. I'm not too sure if I'm going to be streaming tomorrow, to be honest. We'll just have to see. If it is, we might go back a bit to Battle Realms just to relax and get some steam off. For the time being, though, Lurk at Work is now RTB. Keep an ear out on updates for what's going to happen tomorrow. If you're still in the mood for something better, I can send you over to somebody who's currently doing a run of. Dang it, so loud. You can still do a run. They're doing a run of Power Wash Simulator. I can send you over there for now. If not, I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thanks again for watching. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Good night, everybody.